Drew Jr., aka DJ Bamn, life of the party.
Life of the party, yes sir. How long you been doing the DJ shit?
Shit, professionally about 15, 16 years.
You still love it?
I love playing the music. I ain't gonna say I love rocking all the parties. Can't say that. But I love DJing.
Where you from, if you don't mind me asking?
Chicago, East Side.
East Side, yes sir. East Side crazy. Born and raised?
Yeah.
Whatever, my man.
On the wall.
Chicago is a crazy place, and you being in a scene like that, the DJ scene, I'm sure you've seen a lot of crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
A lot of people lost their lives in the middle of the parties and all that.
Been present.
You've been present. Do you care to speak on at least a situation that happened?
I gotta be picky. A friend of mine.
You ain't gotta necessarily drop
No, I ain't about to drop his name. He did security. He didn't get shot, but I watched doing security change his life. This dude was one of the biggest guys I ever worked with. He was actually a musician too. And what I saw happen to him is like kind of heartbreaking. His security it's kind of like his passion outside of music. And I was present at a nightclub.
You say it changed his life. What do you mean?
I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, that's something up there.
I'm gonna tell you. The fight broke out and they started shooting. He picked up a girl to get her out the way, and when he picked her up, she was shot in the head.
Damn.
So it just kind of changed him immediately. Like he went from being a real big guy to almost a skinny dude. Like lost a lot of weight.
Got to him.
He couldn't do security no more. You know what I'm saying? He stayed out the way, like for real. And like
a lot of
tore
him down.
It really did. It was deteriorating. He kind of been missing for years. You know what I'm saying? So now he's just not coming back outside.
I see that a lot in our people. Some of us just play it a different way. Like the conversation previous to you sitting down was like, okay, some people not taking the leap they need to take to be quote unquote successful. To me, that's trauma based. The reason why you ain't willing to do this, willing to do that, you got too much other shit clouding your mind. Because it makes all the sense in the world to get on Instagram and post and all that shit.
I agree to a certain extent that it's trauma based, that somebody might have got a told no. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of them just scared.
Yeah.
Like they scared of getting told no. You know what I'm saying? Or they scared of not being received the way they see their music being received. Somebody might not feel your record. Or I mean, they gotta understand like you might drop 20 records and you only get one record that everybody is enjoying. And it don't work like that. The industry don't work like that. Now you can drop a record and not use words, making sounds and noises, but the beat popping. You're gonna have a club singing a song with no words, making sound effects.
I think Kanye was playing with him like that. Kanye was doing shit like that.
Yeah, he different, man. Yeah, it's just like, it's you know, the music industry funny, man. I'd just rather see people work hard. That work ethic is dead now. Like what Mike was saying. Mike get on here and post what he posts. It's a method behind his mask.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Mike, yes, he dedicated. He what they call that, OCD in a sense. He like headstrong with it.
He got a goal though. And his goal ain't just for him.
That part.
It's passion.
Yeah.
A lot of people mistake anger or just being uptight and aggressive with negativity, but it's really just a passion. If everybody was as passionate about what they do like you are, a lot of people will see stuff a little different, you know what I mean? So,
but to me, to go back to the trauma part with it, like a lot of people don't want to not do what everybody else is doing. Everybody right now on Instagram, everybody right now rapping, everybody doing this, but at the same time, their feet can't really fit them shoes. And they know that. They know like, okay, being a rapper, I really got to do this shit every day, all day. Right. I'm really a street nigga. I'm used to really just waking up, doing it, moving it, whatever, scamming, whatever they used to doing, and they really scared of the change that it's gonna take to get there.
I don't know. I don't get the heart for this. Like
you don't got the heart for what?
To babysit no artists.
That part.
Go be a street nigga.
That part, yeah. While we playing with each other's time.
Right now you in the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be a rapper or you want to be a street nigga? Being a rapper corny to you, but you know you got it. Don't be a street nigga. Don't talk guns and serve whatever you're gonna serve. Get out the way. There's somebody else that can do it.
But see, when I say scared to it, it go with the following kind of thing.
No, they don't want to not be popular.
Yeah, shit like that. Yeah.
But go be a street nigga, bro. Like, your fear is your problem.
Your fear is your problem.
You ain't scared of everything that happen outside, but you scared of not being received.
I think part of it be scared of being successful too, because motherfuckers be talking like they really want it, but they not doing what it takes to go get it. That's the only thing I can really see with it. Like, what's stopping?
It sound good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you in the street because you want to be the man.
You in the street because you see so many other niggas do shit.
But you don't just see him in the street. You see him getting money. You see him being successful.
I see niggas spending money.
That mean they got it. You get what I'm saying? You can't spend it if you don't get it.
True.
So if I see, like how we used to see the cars and all that, we was intrigued by the big homies and all that. That made us want to do it. You get what I'm saying? But then we saw somebody in corporate America with a tie, not knowing he was rich or something, not knowing he had a bag.
That's where it really was at.
You know what I'm saying? But he got on the tie. Now he ain't got on no gimbals. And no,
he ain't
you
really
know
got it. But that's I guess we rounded out saying the same thing because they seen another motherfucker do this and they followed it, thinking that was the way to go, which was dumb. You was scared to step outside of the box. When dude walking down the street with the suit and tie, he the one with the millions put up for real.
Right. I don't think it's dumb. I think it's all part. It's all a trip. We know that, but we just get caught up in the flash and the glitz and glamour of what it looked like. Like being a rapper looked like what. First of all, what men want is for all the women to think they the shit. And if
all
you a
niggas
rapper,
be like
if you a rapper, and when you not rapping, you always on stage. You go in the club, all the cameras out. You see that. That's why regular people, when you're in the club, they walk up to the DJ and be like, man, let them know I'm in here. Say my name. You know what I'm saying?
They want to be known.
People walk, give me a birthday shout out. That's a 3 seconds of fame for people now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it didn't matter to people, they would never do that. People would never sign up to be on the open mic. People would never sign up to be on a showcase if they wasn't trying to be on stage. You want like, why are you getting on stage? Because you want people to hear your music. You want people to enjoy your music. You want people to be like, damn, you cold. It's all about becoming famous.
Yeah, fame, that shit crazy.
I think fame is worse than anything, man. Like,
and we got the shit all in our hand. You like you say, your 3 seconds of fame, that shout out. I can push that button, if I know the right nigga, he gon' resell my shit.
What Murder Moose say? The new talent is not having talent.
Yeah.
Bro, like you take a good picture, shit. You going viral.
Or do some dumb shit on the internet.
Yeah. Snatching somebody's phone, dropping a bomb on a bus stop. You know what I'm saying? A fake bomb and people running. You get 1 million views off something stupid like that.
I heard about you had a club that got shut down.
Oh man.
You said, oh man, like it happened more than once.
Nah, it ain't happened more than once. It happened.
You gotta speak about that.
That's a touchy subject, but you know, I look at that as like, man, I got a lot of views on that. It was a learning tool for me now.
Did it have anything to do with like any Chicago gun violence? That shit always happened.
Yeah, it had something to do with somebody doing something stupid. A young man saw a young lady that left my place, and I guess he tried to holler at her, and she toyed with him real hard, talked about him real bad, and he ain't like it, and you know he lost his cool. Shot him. Yeah, he killed him.
What the fuck?
It's heartbreaking, man. I feel horrible for the young lady. It's just, you know, like Dude looked like he was off something. He was high. You know what I'm saying?
You fucked me up with that. I ain't gonna lie. I did not expect that.
Yeah, he shot her. He shot her twice, I believe. Then he shot her friend 7 times.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Where was this at? What club was
in
it?
Midlothian.
Midlothian?
It was a bar and grill.
Far
Same.
south.
147th Street.
That's crazy.
Right off Cicero. 7 Live. But it didn't happen at my place. It didn't start at my place. Didn't happen in my parking lot. Didn't happen on my block. It happened on the block behind. Well, a block away from my spot. And they played us though. They played us real tough. The town, the village did.
That's correct. Chicago gun violence is crazy. You get affected in so many different ways. You lost money from that. You feel off something that had nothing to do with you.
I lost money. I lost a house. I lost a lot.
A lot of forward momentum, shit like that. I know how it is when something
we was on our
stops.
way. We was on our way somewhere. We was open only about 10, 11 weeks.
That's crazy.
And we was up. You know what I'm saying? We was on our way to something. And it's just, I just learned now, like,
we was bringing Miami to Chicago.
It was really something different, man. It was really something.
Around what year was this?
3 years ago. It got the last day we was open was Halloween.
Also in the middle of the pandemic? Y'all was keeping the bus?
Pandemic was over. Well, not the pandemic, the shutdown was over.
Shutdown, okay.
We was back open.
Okay, when I say pandemic, it's like pandemic. I hear you, yeah.
But you know what? We wasn't at the end of the the pandemic. Man, we had started a day party at the end of the shutdown, and that it just was crazy because it was like I never seen so many people pop bottles in my life.
It was up. All the flow. What they say, all the flow down.
It was crazy, man.
Everybody got it down.
It was nuts, man. It was like 100 bottles every Sunday.
Yeah, Chicago went crazy around that time.
Yeah, man.
So
there's so much you can say about that.
It's crazy. Like I said, the gun violence situation, it seems to rule, but that was a little break because people did get to touch a little money. I don't know if it slowed down or not as far as gun violence.
But you know that was an opportunity for everybody to feel like they was rich. Mm-hmm. But you know when it go away, they gonna still want that feeling.
Yeah,
it's
now
just
you
like
hungry.
you get that first high. Yeah. You're trying to get that first high again. Now everybody trying to maintain that style or the they bought a bigger house or
their appetite bigger now.
They got a bigger crib. They got to pay their rent.
Your light bill was $100 before now.
Higher, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now you're doing what you got to do to keep it, no matter what, by any means necessary.
Keep the bullshit going.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to keep. You're trying to keep your pocket fat, but it ain't easy like the first time you got it. Now you got you robbing niggas and
all type of stuff. And niggas just wasn't buying shoes with that money, they was buying guns too. Yeah. That's what made me ask that question. Would y'all say gun violence picked up around that time? Because it was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 floating around. Just all pushing buttons. So I know that with money in Chicago, niggas gonna buy guns. At the same time, they having a nice time. Would y'all say violence picked up or slowed down around the time?
I ain't gonna say it picked up. I think it was kind of, because if you looked at the numbers, it wasn't looking different from the year before. It was actually lower.
And that's what I mean. Like, did the money have niggas relax a little bit?
The thing was, you gotta understand. Look at when the money picked up. Look at how the access changed. Like we had access to everything on the internet.
Everything.
Stuff that you would never think we had access to. Now we got
leaving for one.
Yeah.
Bro.
Everybody was traveling.
Yeah.
That's sort of kind of the reason why either the violence stayed the same or it went down a little bit, because now everybody's spreading out everywhere else. Yeah. They can actually go buy a flight and go out the country
and be there for a little bit.
Yeah, have a real life vacation.
A real vacation versus trying to vacation here in Chicago and all it is beef.
15 minutes away still,
yeah. And people finding out that you downtown hanging around now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, motherfuckers did start getting smoked downtown too.
Yeah, the lakefront,
And like I say, Chicago violence, it always seems to rule, even if the money is good or not. It just, we a gangster city. A lot of bullshit popping off, niggas shooting left and right. Have you been a victim of gun violence in our city in any other ways besides that club situation?
I'm from here, bro.
You said East Side, but you know. Not everybody from Chicago got that experience. East Side is one thing, but not everybody had the taste of the streets in a sense, if I can put that the right way.
Yeah, I done been through it, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else like a brother to me. His brain was on my shirt, you know? So it's like going through what I've been through, it kind of.
When was this?
And it wasn't years ago before I moved to Mo East.
How old
I was the reason why we had to move to Mo East, man.
You was really?
Yeah, they tried to hit my mama with a car on Thanksgiving.
Damn.
Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad, man. I was stupid.
You gotta say where you from over East?
I lived on 68 Mirror.
That's
Yeah. But that, I ain't gonna say that. I wouldn't.
That was a decent block over there.
Yeah. Huh?
That was a decent block right by O'Keefe.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was okay. It's just that block was decent. Just around the corner, it was crack.
Yeah, 70th Chappelle, shit like that. It was busting. Yeah.
On every corner.
Yeah, I'm already on the courtyard. We used to be over there back in the day.
But I mean, yeah, I think.
You brought
it's
up.
hard to say you ain't experienced nothing with gun violence if you grew up in Chicago.
It's still some people in certain little pockets, or even went to the schools. You remember the kid who ain't never said nothing to nobody in school? He was nervous here. Yeah. His parents ain't let him outside, shit like that. So he never really experienced it. He never had friends, so he wasn't losing friends. Mm-hmm. So it is certain small percentages.
No, I'm not saying everybody experiences it. Mm-hmm. It's every day here now. So it's like
it has picked up. It is every day now.
Even if you're not in the streets, if you're a student in the Chicago public school system, you done experienced it some way, somehow.
Do you care to speak about? You said your homie Brains was on your.
Oh no, man.
Yes, sir.
That was my brother, but you know, it was a fucked up day.
I'm not sure if you ever watched any interviews I've done. I bring this up a lot. It's to bring awareness to what's going on. I'm a little older, and back when I was young, I slipped into the cracks or whatever, the bullshit. But then it got to a point where I realized like that was a lot of goofy, dumb shit. And then now I got a 13-year-old, I got a 20-year-old, and I couldn't fathom them with that same kind of mind frame that I had. And it's like, damn, look at the shorties. They don't know what the fuck they doing. 13, you have no idea what you're setting your future up for. You want to be a 40-year-old man, 50-year-old man. You're not gonna be thinking like that. And the way you moving,
you ain't gonna make it.
You ain't gonna make it.
I thank God my kids, like my oldest son, I got shot in the back. It wasn't in front of him, but I got shot and ran to the house, and he saw all that.
Blood.
But it didn't experience it. It didn't mess him up because he was too young. You know what I'm saying?
How old was he?
2.
Okay, so he didn't remember shit like that.
He grew up in Chicago in the racing court. And then I say when he was in about 5th or 6th grade, they moved to Indiana. Me and his mom split up, and they moved to Indiana. And he wasn't able to really see what was going on in Chicago like that no more. You know what I'm saying? But I always instilled in him that being a positive energy in a room is more effective than being a bully or being the one that everybody's scared of.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I'd much rather be the one that everybody thinks, oh, he cool, than, oh, he got it, or he a dog. Like, I don't want to be the shooter. I don't want to be the bully. I'd rather be the one that everybody be like, man, I can talk to him. I love that people think about when they come to me, I'm somebody you can talk and pray with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather be that. I don't want you to think like Mike know if it's that, he can call me and then I'm showing up. But Mike definitely know he can call me and be like, bro, I'm going through, let's pray. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell the different sides of you. It's like the certain parts of the conversation, a little more, I guess, edgy part of you stepped out, and some part of the conversation, a little more, not in a negative way, humble part of you stepped out.
Well, I thank God for every experience I ever had. Man. I was raised by a preacher, my father, but I was raised by a preacher, pimp, gangster, and a hustler. Bro.
Which one you gravitated more towards?
Me and my father's relationship wasn't great. He raised me, but he was real strict, old Baptist preacher. Made me tuck every shirt in. You know what I'm saying? But I was more. I'm an artist, so, and my father wasn't supportive of like you being in music or, you know what I'm saying? He was more like, go get you a job. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was paying they bills.
You still ain't see the vision?
You know what I'm saying? I'm married. I'm out the house.
Damn, he still ain't see the vision.
He like, nah, man, I'm playing the drums.
You still married right now?
Nah. No. But when I was DJing, like when I'm in the club every night, or when I went on tour, he hated it. He didn't like it. He just felt like, man, you supposed to be at home. You got your kids at home. But
tell me who you was on tour with.
I don't like you saying that.
A big star
I went on tour with a few artists. My favorite artist is my sister Shawnna.
That's your sister? Blood?
No, hell no, that's my sister. Like,
that's what's up.
Yeah, I love Shawnna. You know what I'm saying? I toured with some other artists, but that's the one that I know I can call today, and we don't
fuck with them other artists.
Not even a little bit.
Chicago gang banging ass to the old fuckers or other artists.
You ain't lying.
You know?
You ain't lying.
Whenever you fuck up and do something.
On the real, and
like
don't nobody owe me no money, but I just know better. Like I don't even like cuss. I don't like niggas like that. I don't like people that do people dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't hang with you.
Cause if you do it to them, shit, you one decision away from doing it to me.
I'm fine. You just can't come here no more.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta stay away from me.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Shawnna is like, man, that's probably one of the most talented rappers I know. Like,
yeah, whole time, yeah, shorty like overnight. Have you ever met her father, Buddy Guy?
Amazing, Buddy Guy. Another amazing artist. This man.
Legend, for real legend.
Go look, when you get a chance, go look at his tour schedule.
He still busting like that?
Lil Wayne not doing dates.
Tour schedule.
Lil Wayne not doing dates like Buddy Guy.
That part, I love it.
Like literally, probably over 100 dates with probably like no spot dates. You know what spot dates are? Like ain't no weekends off. He doing South Carolina tonight, Chicago tomorrow, St. Louis the day after, New York the day after that. A day off. Going to California, going to Arizona. I'm talking about he's not stopping.
Do you think Chicago get the respect that we deserve? Because we got Buddy Guy, we got Quincy Jones, Sam Cooke, like Kanye too. We can keep going.
We get that. You see, but you see what names you just said?
The OGs, the real OGs.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it's a whole lot of artists that you see what names you just said?
Yes, sir. I had to go all the way, and it's even more.
You can't take the foundation from us.
But we ain't. I don't think we getting the checks we deserve, though.
No, who's supposed to be getting them checks?
I ain't see Lupe with nothing stupid. I don't see Twister with nothing stupid. I don't see Bump with nothing stupid from the music. Bump to me the only one could have. You can say
who part you think that is?
Just Bump. That's why I said Bump the only one you think can say squander. But I think it's all of our fault collectively because we ain't got no real structure in it.
You know what? I found out like after getting on the road, a lot of the complaints that Chicago got about Chicago, them other cities got about their cities.
Okay.
I did so many seminars and like, especially when I was doing the shit with Dirty, so many seminars where no matter what city I was in, I was just happy to not be the DJ from their city because the artists would get up and would really pretty much be putting them on blast. Just like Chicago artists. They'll get up and be like, man, y'all don't play our music. I don't care where I'm at. Even in New York I seen it. Where artists was telling the radio station DJs, y'all don't fuck with us.
So it's the same
but everybody
thing.
think the opportunities, that's where it's at.
So it sounds like the same thing you were saying before everybody wanted overnight. It ain't really a system in the city that's fucked up. It's just everybody complaining because they ain't at the top.
It's the work ethic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it. Like, you want me to play your music? Why? Like, why I'm supposed to play your music?
To me, the art gotta speak for itself.
Like,
you shouldn't be knocking at my door.
Like, you a dope artist. You bring me a single. First of all, don't bring me a record in the club.
email it to me.
Talk to me.
Reach out to me.
Everybody IG got a contact on them now. Send me an inbox. I might have an email on them. I'm sending you my record. If you don't mind, can you give me some feedback?
That part. Simple as that.
If I don't give you feedback, send me another message later. Did you like my record? I sent it to you. I'm gonna resend it just in case you didn't see it. Where you spend that tonight? I wanna come out and support you. You know what I'm saying?
This clip is gonna go on IG. Your inbox gonna go crazy, man.
No, my inbox goes stupid. Like,
anyway,
I hate it. You know what I'm saying? No, I always say it, like I get so much bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wanna be a rapper, and I don't have time to listen to all the music. But what I'm saying is the way to rock with these DJs, and I feel like artists don't listen. Is you do business like with a DJ like you would in corporate America. You don't just walk in no bank and say this is what I want to do. Right. Send them a proposal. You know what I'm saying? Write it out. Show them why your company,
why you qualify for this.
You know what I'm saying? Why you think this gonna make some big money? If you want to rock with a DJ, go to that DJ. Let them know who you are. Talk to him. I'm not saying go buy him a drink. You ain't gotta. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta kiss nobody's ass. Just do business. This is my song. I want you to play it. If you can't play it, I understand. But look, I want you to at least tell me what you think of my song.
So more times than not, it seems like you got people just flooding you with bullshit and not coming the quote unquote correct way.
That's the last part. Most artists don't come the correct way. Yeah. They don't like an EPK or a press kit. Like putting your music together. If you send me a single, okay, it's one thing. You just sent me the single, right? Okay, I got it. But if you send me a press kit, right? It's a picture, a short bio maybe. It's your single clean, dirty. Your single clean, dirty with an intro, outro, your acapella, and your instrumental. Right. Like,
I know he's for real.
I can have a ball with that. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
To me, it looked like you got a work ethic already. You ain't playing. You can get somebody passing your song out. You got a whole movement.
Exactly. And then on top of that, when you want me to play your song, say, look, if you can play it Sunday at the entrance, I'm gonna bring 20 people out, man. We're gonna get a section and go crazy.
Make it make sense.
I'm interested in some business. That's business.
Yes,
but how many artists do that? The artists that's making a lot of that's I ain't gonna say making a lot of noise. They got the best presence on the internet. Their videos look good. They got jewelry, they shiny. They probably got some dope music, but they work ethic ain't on shit. They don't have no promo out. They pay to get on all the biggest concerts. They open and go home. Nobody remember their name. It's a concert. You should have had 1 million posters outside with your face on it.
Do you see somebody moving like that, right? Because what you just said reminded me of the King Louis era when they was doing
that was our era.
That part, the real promo.
Lil made it like that was amazing.
Do you see that in somebody right now?
That same thing changed my life.
That part.
When I went to St. Louis, when I got signed with the Dirty DJs, with Dirty ENT, bro, I went down there. My brother Jesse, God rest his soul, he had a social club called what's the Dirty ENT saying? We all we got.
Yeah.
So it was just like God put it together, right? So he brought like 30 people from the club down to St. Louis for the Mayday Parade, which we was gonna be in with a bunch of celebrities on the floor. It was like 30 DJs. Me, I had people wearing DJ Bamn shirts.
That part.
We sold up the whole parade route with posters. Like every pole on this parade route didn't just have like a poster. It was like 7, 8 posters from the bottom to the top that covered the whole pole. And we smacked them so hard that couldn't nobody else promote. Every event for that weekend had my posters in front of them. So by the time the parade happened, everybody was like trying to figure out who
the fuck
this
DJ
dude
Bamn is.
Me having the personality I have, I snatched the Dirty ENT flag, hop off the float, and start running around the parade.
That part.
Everybody running trying to take pictures like that's him.
You already preset in their mind.
Bro, that changed my life. The program director from 100.3 to Beat, she got with like it just started happening. I got in with Nelly and Murphy and all them, Murphy Lee and all them. Like them relationships were built. You know what I'm saying? All just cause I went down there with a goal, saying they gonna know who I am. And it was like crazy. Everything just started taking off from there. Just cause we went down there and put up literally 10,000 posters. I came down there with 10,000 posters. Came home with 0.
What would you say is the best decision you made when it comes to this music? That seemed like that was a great move right there. And
I mean, that was it. But
that was the
best decision I ever made was, it was a gift and a curse. When I left downtown and started touring.
What you mean left downtown?
I was DJing downtown a lot.
Okay.
And I started touring, but when I came back, I went to Adriana's. Now, when I say I made probably in the city, I made some of the most money I ever made when I went from downtown to DJing at Adriana's, being a resident DJ at Adriana's. Meaning, that's where all my gigs were. I wasn't playing for everybody no more. So I went from making, $300 a night to like $500-600 a night, DJing like 4 nights a week.
Okay, under the table money, 2,000 real quick. Hood.
And plus I was working. You know what I'm saying? I was doing other stuff with the managers. So I was making a crazy bag at Adriana's. But my best decision was when I realized I don't need promoters. I can do these events myself. When I realized like promoters is making like maybe a couple thousand, paying me $200-300.
You can be the promoter yourself. We got I go back to the Instagram shit you're talking about. You got the gram right there in your hand. Now you can flip the script. Because the crowd come to see DJ Bamn anyway.
Well, yeah, this before Instagram. I'm talking about, I started doing Green Dolphins, making a killer. My first big birthday party, like, we shut the city down. Jewel Santana, Young Bro.
This was some old fashioned, somebody Young Bro.
Crazy, bro. It was nuts. But my birthday was like that every year after that. It was nuts.
What year was that?
Well, I don't remember. I had a mohawk.
Moscow's dad.
Yeah, this one was on.
How long you been rocking with Black Mike?
How do you know?
35.
Yeah, damn.
Niggas old.
God damn. 20 plus.
Yeah, like 21 years.
This
y'all
man was my manager, so like.
Bro, it was really about. Bro, I was. Man, G. What happened with Black Mike? Mike going away blew me. That event in his life was solely the reason why I lost faith in the justice system. Like for real. Like that right there. Just him going away. And I'm knowing the truth. Like him. Like.
So it was just public knowledge that everybody knew he did do this shit.
He was with me.
No, I just keep hearing people saying
it really upset me. Like Mike was with me when that happened. I was dropping him. You about to go cut hair.
So your testimony ain't mean nothing to them people?
No, none of that happened. None of that happened. Like even when we tried, like.
So you have an alibi,
Mike used to sit there like what was happening at that time. Me and Mike had really just locked in for real. Like we would sit down there every day talking about what we about to do. Like if whatever little money I was having, he put his money up. Like let's put some money together and make this shit go crazy. Like it's crazy because like we was down there scheduled to do something like a week later. It was like something supposed to happen like either by the weekend or the next week. I don't remember. But
we had just went to Vegas.
Right.
And did the show with
Shanti
and Food Manager.
Oh yeah. But I'm talking about like I knew what was about to happen. Like I ain't had no doubt in my mind. Like I told my little brother's producer, I'm like, bro, I need you to make all these beats for Mike. I need whatever we do to be focused around Black Mike.
So y'all already knew Black Mike was the one type shit.
Bro, man.
We just had a conversation with Coach Seal the other day, and he was saying the same thing. Like,
nigga was so cold, yeah. I was dating it's like his older sister or whatever, and she was like, she was telling me like, he's serious. And me and him sat down and talked, and it was over with. Once we locked me in, I'm like, this is what I want to do. Like, forget all this. Like, I never wanted to be a celebrity DJ anyway. I really wanted to work with a artist. That was my dream and my path. But I never
just one artist.
I wanted to be a part of the legacy of Mike going up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And now it wasn't Mike per se. It just happened to be Mike when I found out it was Mike.
Right.
It was a whole team of us. You know?
Man.
It was a whole team of us, a good, 9-10 people.
Did y'all have a name on y'all or something like that we recognize?
Yeah, it was 8-9 Music.
8-9 Music.
Man, when I say they was cold.
This was way before
what year was
the
this?
drill era, 07 and back.
This was
the
identical
era.
to it.
Yeah.
It was like what Chief Keeping them did when they came out. If Instagram and YouTube would have been out back then.
But that's what really boosted everything. Because Chicago was always the mecca, and that's what I meant by the Chicago Get Up Respect. We always produced everything. All the dope shit came from there, but then it wasn't no way to say, okay, it just came from Chicago. Then now you got Instagram, you got Keith, you got these little shorties. Now you can say, oh, this all Chicago. All this lingo you can show on Instagram.
Yeah,
Chicago.
But if you look at it right now, who got drill music cracking?
New York.
You see what I'm saying? It ain't nobody's fault but ours. We don't stand on it. Like, and to be honest, like we used to love that field. Like when Keith first started, like I was amazed at the production. Like, what's his name? What's the producer's name? Young Chop?
Chop,
yeah.
That's what I was into. Like I was never a fan of the lyrics. But like the beats, that's what and we our people come from drum and bass, bro. Like drums and basses is what we feel before we feel anything. So, and that's all, like, his music was full of that.
You said you wasn't feeling the lyrics?
No. Man. Never. I never, like, I don't like, what I call it out music. I don't like the raps that's...
Did that come with maturity, or was it always like that?
We ain't never talked about our ops and our music like that.
True. What I mean, like,
you know
we were never really gangbanging either, but we was talking shit. We was talking about doing shit to motherfuckers.
We was outside, but when who was talking about that?
It wasn't happening.
You ain't never heard Bump talk about none of his ops in his music?
He wasn't talking about specific people, but he did say
he might make a
he didn't say op back then.
No, I heard, that's where I got it from. Well, not got it from, but that's where I originally heard it from. Bump them. Ops and 30 pops in the rounds. I was heavy on Bump back in the day.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is we never made.
No, I hear you. It wasn't no
GDK,
like BDK.
Yeah, it wasn't never. We wasn't bringing lights in no situation like that. We was trying to stay out of people's way.
We didn't want to get
caught. Exactly. We wasn't incriminating ourselves.
You said something earlier and it reminded me of me because I got it from Crucial Conflict. Being a chief gonna get you shot. That line always stuck out to me. So that always made me want to stay low key. I can't remember how you put it, but you never wanted to be the nigga in the room like he got it. You'd rather be labeled as the cool nigga. And that kind of where I got that from, the Crucial Conflict comment. Being chief gonna get you shot. I don't want to be the one loud and the one noticed. Let me be the one in the cut so I can get some longevity. You would never even know what I'm working with. Just know I'm working.
Bro, you know what? Somebody told me yesterday, like, you go to them clubs downtown, and you'll be standing or sitting next to the owner and not even know it.
Mm-hmm.
But you go in these establishments that our people own, and they got their own section. That's the owner section. You know what I'm saying? Like, the owner wants you to know he the owner.
And to me, that goes back to what the original conversation was about the trauma. you want to be seen, you need to be seen. You don't feel sufficient. So now everybody got to know, I got these 28-inch rims, I got these $100,000 chain and all this other shit.
Exactly.
When I know I'm good.
But that's a part of being an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like, I don't look at rappers no different from I look at Denzel Washington, bro. It's a gimmick and you gotta set it apart. You know what I'm saying? Like what artist do you know that's not flash?
Kendrick. Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
There's only a couple of them.
But them the main ones. The ones along
you can't say Kendrick.
Yeah, Kendrick ain't that. Kendrick flash.
I don't see
Kendrick got how much of that crime?
Oh yeah, he did go. I ain't gonna lie.
Like,
I'm not a big jury, but I like that.
You get what I'm saying though? You know what I'm saying? I ain't like it because of what it was, but I get it.
I fuck with it though. I ain't too religious.
I would have liked it if it wasn't on his head. You know what I'm saying? I love God with all my heart, bro. I don't play with my guy.
He said, "No, my God."
Not my guy.
That part. Was it always like that? Was you like that when you was a kid? Because you said your father was raising you.
I always, man.
I just remember growing up, my grandma had to make me go to church.
Yeah, church was boring, so
Yeah.
and I started playing drums when I was like 3 or 4 years old. But I never, you know, they didn't let me play, so me sitting in the audience, it was, you know, if I fall asleep, I might get a thump. You know what I'm saying? If I was talking, I might get a thump. Church was just boring, but you know what I'm saying? If you hear it, you hear it. You hear the message, you hear the message. Mm-hmm. And it's not like you're not learning. You're gonna learn something if you go every week. But like now, I don't miss church. I'm not missing church.
We appreciate you, big dog.
Oh yeah, anything.
Peace and love.